Hello, hello, hello. I hope you're all doing well today. Um, yeah, crazy Wednesdays. We'll see how storms end up for me, but nonetheless, it's nice to be back. Gonna be doing some streaming, specifically art. I'm just debating where I want to put this dot, because I want to put it like. Oh shit, I'm on yellow. mm, Close enough to middle. But the whole point of this will be the dot. And I'm just going to go from here. And we'll see what happens. Because it has been a long time, it feels like. But it is nice to just kinda spend a little time just chilling and drawing. Especially after how long it's been for me. Well, it hasn't been super long. It's still a cool little exercise to try and figure out what I'm gonna draw. Because everything comes from the dot. So the whole point is to just kind of have that. We're gonna have the lo-fi in the background. But I do hope everyone's doing well today. Whole point of this stream is just chilling. I'm debating how I'm gonna do this shell. Because it's the first thing I thought of was a shell. Specifically I believe they're called Sundane shells. Because I know they're not perfect circles, but I still want to try and get it as accurate as I can. Then again, just feels too easy at the same time. You know what? Got an idea. And you'll see what I'm doing soon. No. Nope. Close enough. Because this is kind of... Ooh, that's way too thick. This is just a fun little exercise to kind of just train myself a bit more again after how long it's been. So it's kind of nice to have it. It just adds a bit to it. I don't know if you heard, but frickin' MatPat is gonna be leaving basically soon, which is crazy to think about. Like, I still like that was basically a part of so many people's childhoods, and it's kind of crazy to think about. Because I'm just kind of looking at it now, just thinking, damn, that's now happening, and still doesn't feel real. So one thing I do know about this shell type is it has a lot of, like, spikiness to it. It's like a really weird shell, but it's very beautiful. So if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna try and do it right. Just go out a bit more. Because I want this to look as nice as possible. Without, like... Because it's weird, it's not all even either. Because, like, I have a small picture now in the background for me. So I can make this as even as possible. So it looks nice and stuff. And you'll kind of see it as I start getting more of these down. And actually, you know what, I'm just gonna get rid of all those, because it just doesn't look right. I'm gonna start with this, because this is the more important side. And you'll see what I'm doing the more we get further into this. But like, this is the type of stuff I enjoy personally doing. Just drawing, playing games, streaming. It's just one of those things you sometimes enjoy a lot of. Or sometimes just, run later. Or just sometimes not everyone enjoys. But it's nice to kind of just chill a bit. Yeah, I'm at 5. Wait a minute, I have a pencil tool. I'm a dummy. I could have made this so much easier on myself. Because it's gonna go... Dumb streamer moment. Too thick. I can't decide if I want to do... Oh, that's why the pencil's thinner. I think doing kind of a thicker pencil. Because I want to make this look nice, if you get me. But, how are you guys today? Oh, hey, 21. You're up early. Normally I don't see you this early. Hope you're doing well today. God damn it, I messed that up. I do hope everyone, like, is having a good morning. Because I know I am. I know the, storms are annoying as hell, because I can feel it all, because I feel the difference of pressure of, just in general, like, atmospheric pressure. I've been able to feel it, like, physically, and it hurts so much when, like, bigger storms come through. Because it just sucks. 7:35 a.m. for me. Dang. Yeah, for me, it's not that early. It's about an hour behind me. Yeah, hour behind me. So, like, I'm used to that type of... Like, I'm used to being up early for so many reasons. And so, like, just doesn't affect me as much as some other people. But that's also from my own experiences of just having to always be up earlier. Which, take as you will. I do love this type of shell. I think they're a really beautiful type of shell. Because they have a very, like, interesting look about it. Like, they're a lot more of a spiky shell, but it's always fun. The whole plan for this is to go from that big dot in the middle and just make stuff coming off of it that all connects in some form into like a bigger art piece overall. Yeah, I kind of want more of, because not all of them are the same size, but they all lead into a basic shape. And they're not even evenly apart. Just gonna... There we go. But it is a very nice type of shell. I don't know if you, like, fully heard, but with MatPat, like, retiring, found a thing on YouTube saying, would you rather get a PTSD from aliens or give aliens PTSD? I think humankind's already given aliens PTSD unintentionally. And because let's say there is... Oh, sorry. I just freaking hit my mic trying to block it. But, like, I really think that, like, with aliens, they definitely exist. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Alien life exists in some form. I mean, think about it. Different types of bacteria count as alien life still, because they are a form of life. I keep... There we go. Yeah, I think this looks better. It's just nice to kind of go through this, but yeah, I think, like, if it were me, I think we've already given aliens PTSD, and it's not like I haven't dealt with my own, so it's like, let's just give aliens another reason to fear us. Jesus Christ. Why can... There we go. Oh, I accidentally, No. Yes. When your pen just is like, no. Don't want to do this. Like, I got so many weird ideas that go through my head on a daily basis that I'm quite sure aliens would find me weird. Probably not want to see me. Or deal with me. So, like, yeah. Yeah, one thing I do love that I wish I could talk about more with people understanding more is dinosaurs and prehistoric life. It's one of those things I enjoy so much that my friends find me kind of insane, I'm quite sure. But it's something I can talk about for hours on end. Because I am a nerd. But I like doing more of the... it just doesn't look right. I do like doing more of the different things. Yeah, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna want to probably turn this down to a 4. And then make this go into a longer body. Oh yeah, I did download a game. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's usually what happens. I know the feeling. I know one thing I was working on personally in the background to see if I could get it to work was modded Stardew. And I've had so many issues that I'm just like, you know what? I give up. Like, that's how I felt. Like, it was one of those types of moments where you're just like, you know what? Is it really worth all this time I'm spending? Like, when I could totally just do something way more important? The answer is no. It wasn't worth it, because I ended up giving up. Its neck looks broken. There we go. Yeah, because this is basically the whole, like, 12 hours that I have of the lo-fi that I usually put on before stream. Was a game, was mobile, suit, Gundam, battle operation. Ah. Those can be surprisingly intensive, depending on, like, where you get with it. So, always gotta be careful with those. Fun fact, this is actually based off a real, creature that I have created. How many spikes do I normally put on it? Well, I mean, it doesn't have a specific number, like, as a species. But like, I do enjoy a bit of artistry. Because sometimes you can just have some really beautiful art. Plus, it's way better than AI. Because it actually has soul. I think just adding, like, these small bits of thing just kind of help. Like, I personally enjoy, like, just drawing and being able to do a bunch of stuff with it. I know they're not my most performative streams normally, but I honestly like them because I get more time to just talk with the chat and also just chill. Because they can create some of the more fun stuff for me. Look at this. This is just a small little bit of the whole, like, sheet. And it's kind of crazy to think about that this is literally just a conglomeration of whatever pops into my mind. How's my day going? Welcome to the stream, Bew the Beans. I am doing pretty good. It's a pretty chill day. Storms have been coming and going. Power's flickered a few times, but about as good as a normal storm goes for me. Like, god damn it, this is not straight. I never thought I'd say it, but it's not straight enough. There we go. Something. Like, this is just random stuff that pops into my head being drawn. And it's kind of funny to think about, but I think this is one of the best ways to just do art practice, is draw whatever pops into your brain. Because it can always lead to some of the funniest or weirdest shit you draw. Like, thanks for the follow. Don't know why it didn't show up on my thing, but I heard the sound. But yeah, I don't know why, but I thought of a battery, like, key card, and I don't know why. It's a battery key card. Ah, yes. Twitch being a weird thing on my phone, as always. When is it not? Of course, can't be a battery key card without the signature plus or minus. Oh my god, I just had a really weird idea. To me, it looks like you're making a Pokemon or something. Honestly, this is way too over-designed to be a Pokemon. That's something, that's important to remember when making Pokemon, specifically, is unless it is a pseudo-legendary or a legendary Pokemon, it's gonna be a lot less designed, and it's gonna have some thick lines. But yeah, it's a very weird process. Because you never know what's gonna happen next. Because you can turn some of the most random shit into a Pokemon. Like, I know people hate on some of the Pokemon, like Vanillite, for example, like the cute little ice cream cone that honestly gets more hate than it deserves. Wow, I actually drew that surprisingly well for like an early, just random drawing. But, you know what, I'm just gonna keep this here and we'll just attach it with something. But if I'm gonna make this truly Vanillite, there we go. So, fun fact about Vanillite, though, is it's actually an icicle. And it literally... That is your drawing child. Yes. This is the drawing child. Wait, I know how to make it even better. Just, You know what? If I ever decide to add color to this, I'm gonna, like, put, like, a little color thing on here and stuff. Just to... There, now he's truly a drawing child. Gonna give him a little monocle, too. Nah. Though that is what I'm gonna attach him with, is a monocle. Very, crude monocle, but... This is basically what I, think about on an average basis. Is random shit that leads to some of the weirdest things. And I think that's one of the funnest things about art, is you can just turn some of the weirdest shit into, like, full-blown... Oh my god. I hate that I thought of this, but... This is beautiful. Oh no, it's... Oh my god, I thought it was too big. No, it's not gonna look right. I thought about doing bold and brash. I can still do it though, in some form. I just don't want it to take up too much space either. Bold and brash. This is such a weird art piece already. Fun fact about, currently deciding what game I should play on my laptop. Sometimes, you just gotta go crazy with what your choice is. But, fun fact about one of my art teachers. If you ever drew a, heart like this, and you called it a heart, he would always be like, no, that is a cartoonified version of a heart. So, one time I said, you know what, I will draw a heart. And he said, please, don't do that again. And so I literally just... drew like a very crude heart. It looked kind of like a stomach, but I didn't care. It looked kind of like this, actually. But it was like really crude, like, version. I'm like, there. I drew a heart. How do you feel? And he was more proud of me than I thought he would be. But it was hilarious. I don't know what I'm drawing, but sometimes who needs to know what you're drawing? Sometimes drawing is one of the things that you can just do and not know what the fuck you're doing. And you can make some of the surprisingly nicest looking things. Just had a thought. Because sometimes with art you can make these very weird looking structures turn into full-blown, like, things that shouldn't look the way they are, but somehow do. I'm just debating how I'm gonna do this. I know what I'm gonna do. And then... and it should be more like... it's a splash! But yeah, so with my laptop I also got a new background. Nice! It's always nice when you get a new background. I know that, I haven't changed my background in years. So it's like an older version of, like, my Sona that I need to, like, change eventually. I just keep forgetting to. But, meh. Sometimes you're just gonna forget, and who knows what's gonna happen from there. I did beat God of War recently. Like, I actually 100%ed the full game. Specifically the Norse mythology. Because that was, I haven't done Ragnarok yet, but that's the next one I want to do. I'm trying to remember how the blades are drawn. But, like, I love... like, I never focused on the blades as much as I did the axe. The axe was one of my favorite weapons to use. Just in general. It was just a lot easier for me to use, plus I had a higher strength modifier overall over Runic. Sometimes you just gotta go off memory. But at least it's some cool stuff. This drawing looks good. Thanks! Just, I don't remember when I did that, but apparently I did that. Like, I'm someone who does a lot of drawing in my spare time. So it's kind of nice to, like, share some of that on stream. Just to kind of do things with it. It's a fun thing for me, just being able to draw and make some weird stuff. But sometimes you just need to, like, do these weird drawings that you don't know what the direction is, but you know that it's gonna be whatever pops into your mind. And it could just be some weird bug, some weird crab, or something else. Like, but it's gonna be fun no matter what you do. Because sometimes you get weird shit like this. And you don't always know what you're gonna make, but sometimes you can make some fantastic looking stuff just by picking up a pen or a pencil and just drawing whatever you want. It doesn't need to look perfect or good. And that's one of the hardest things as an artist, especially when you're a perfectionist similar to me, someone who wants all their works to be perfect and orderly and nothing wrong in any form. Like, that's one of the hardest things to accept, is that it is not always going to be perfect. And it took me years to get to that point, but I will say, in my years of practice, I have never been more happy than when I'm just drawing just random shit. Because sometimes all you need is an old friend or an old memory. I was in a stream and I perfectly timed something. Nice. Oh, rip Internet Explorer. But, like, I know that, like, when you perfectly time something, it could be really fun, too. I don't know what you perfectly timed, but that's always nice. I know I've had my moments of perfect timing, but it always depends what you're doing on how perfect it's going to be or how nice it's, like, gonna look. I don't know what the fuck this is supposed to be, but sometimes you don't need to. I'm just gonna give it one of these, like, little feather things. Weird. Some hero is what wolf jumped out and scared the stream, and I use air horn sound effect. Nice. Sometimes you just get those moments. I know I've had my fair moments. I was watching a stream yesterday. Not yesterday, Monday night. And it's funny because I mentioned something that everyone was thinking but no one was brave enough to say, and I broke the streamer. Like, to an extent, like, it led to a full-on... Because they were already laughing about a thing. But it led to another, like, 5 minutes of laughing. I'm just here like, uh-oh, I made a mistake. But I think that's one of the funnest things about being a streamer and also watching people stream, is just moments like that where you just get to have fun together. Like, you don't always know where it's gonna go. You don't always know what's gonna happen. But being able to share those moments with people can always be one of the funniest and most amazing things. And I think that's always one of the nicer things about it, is just being able to have fun with other people and stream and just chat. Now I'm curious. So, they were playing Stardew, and they had a mod that made all the dragons into, made all the cows into dragons. And they also had a mod that made, different characters, anthro-animals, and Abigail was a dragon. They decided to date Abigail. And then they sold dragon milk to Pierre and said, sorry about the dragon milk. So my first reply was, thankfully it wasn't his daughter's. And it led to a whole nother thing that, I mean, everyone was thinking it. I just said it. I was the first to say it. Someone else like, damn it, you beat me to it. And I'm just like, nice. Oh my god. What the fuck is this? You know, this looks like some sort of, like, You know what? I know what I'm gonna do with this. I'm gonna make it into a plant. There we go. Like, sometimes you will get those moments of, like, why? Or what the fuck? Like, it's one of those things that, like, I may not be the most, like, out there, like, innately, like, crazy person with that stuff, but I can always think of it, and, like, here and there, and there's moments that you're just like, oh god, I thought of that. Same thing with streaming. Like, there's some things that go through my head that I know I can't say on Twitch because it's Twitch, and frickin' can't talk about certain things. Plus, there's certain things I just don't like talking about in general. Like, there's stuff, like, in personal life I just don't talk about because personal life. Everyone deserves a personal life. I don't know what this is, but some weird plant pot thing. And I'm turning it into something, so... It's some weird, illusory plant pot thing. But, it's always fun when you get to, like, do these types of things. Like, even if it's not for long. It's always fun. Just made a mantis claw. Now, what am I gonna attach it to? I know. This is gonna be so frickin' weird. And then just... God damn it. Doesn't look right. Nope, doesn't look right. Welcome to the constant struggle of artists. No, it doesn't look right. Doesn't look right. Doesn't look right. Doesn't look right. I just had a better idea. This isn't your average everyday mantis claw. For this mantis claw is attached to a toy car. Perfect. Beep beep. Yeah, there's YouTube Shorts, one thing that always pop up when I look through YouTube Shorts, anti-fairy stuff. Honestly, I don't like YouTube Shorts that much. They take away from attention span, and they just have a passive scrolling process that just takes away what made YouTube so much better than TikTok. Like, in all seriousness, like, there's some that I'm fine with watching, but yeah, like, I think one of the biggest issues with the shorts is the amount of, like, anti-insert thing there is, like, anti-LGBT, anti-furry, etc. It's like, a lot of shorts are just more negatively based because it's the only way those types of people can frickin' get enough of a following for people to watch is by people just naturally watching them without caring or just scrolling by for a bit. Which says something, but even then, it's the fact that that stuff still is allowed, and it's like, why? Like, there's only one I really just actually watch shorts of, and it's the actual people I follow, because it's usually, like, stream clips, or, like, dumb clips of an upcoming video to kind of, like, oh yeah, this is coming up soon. Or just funny moments, like, or, like, mini topics for, like, one of their things that they that are just too small for a full video. Because I like listening to stuff like when I draw, but also work. I listen to things that are mainly like storytelling and podcast style that kind of teaches about different story archetypes and how they work. Trying to remember the exact name of the channel. But I like to listen to that type of stuff because it's just the type of thing I love to listen to. I know everyone has their own thing they enjoy listening to, but it's just one of those things I personally enjoy a lot because I am a nerd and I love storytelling gimmicks. That's always been a favorite of mine. I will admit, I was a person who hated furries, but now I don't care. People decide being furries. That's one thing that a lot of furry haters are, is they're just young and just trying to be edgy, when in reality, if you're gonna hate people, like, at least try and learn about them first. Like, most furry haters I see turn into furries later on. Like, because the whole thing that started it was literally just anthro animals, which, if we look, those have been part of society for how long? I mean, the Egyptians had anthro animals, like, there's anthro animals so far back in history that it might have even existed in some form before we know writing, for all we know. Because, let's be honest, that's just a normal thing to do for humans, is turn things that we know into more human-like things so that we can talk about it and not insert humans into it all the time. It's one of those types of things. I know everyone has their own thing that they kind of like will watch or do, and honestly, as long as it's not hurting anybody, I'm fine with that type of stuff. Because, honestly, there's no harm when no one's getting hurt. Like, and I think that's one of the more important things, is just, if it's harming someone, then you should worry about it. If not, then why worry about it? Like, and I think the one thing I see as like a common thing is, oh, sexual thing that, sexual thing this. It's like, as if that's not a human thing that every fandom does. It's kind of like, really? Because if it's on that, then you have so many other like fandoms you should be talking about too. Like, and even then, especially from like when I was young, you know, one thing that happened recently, I don't know if you should be concerned or not. Honestly, I've seen so many things that I've just stopped caring. Like, I stay away from social medias. I just had an idea of a really dumb name for this, and I want to put it down. And I know it's gonna look like Pepper at first, but... So here is what I was gently poking the bird. It drops dead. RIP. I mean, it just depends. Dr. Pepto. It's Pepto-Bismol as a soda. I mean, it really just depends. Like, real life? Yeah, that's something to worry about. In-game, it happens. Like, that's something that happens a lot in games, is just things dropping dead. Just from a slight touch. I know that everyone has their own, like, weird thing, but gosh, this is already starting to look really weird, and I love it. I know that, like, one thing I have seen a lot of is just a lot of that. I've seen so much negativity on, like, social medias that I actually just stopped using them as much because it's better for my mental health, and honestly, it's really helped me mentally. Just, it happened IRL. There's a good chance that, like, because if it drops dead, like, either it did die or it didn't die. I am no biologist, so I can't say much on the matter. Because I'm not that knowledgeable. I may be a streamer, but it doesn't mean I'm knowledgeable. My knowledge only spans so far, so... It's weird because I'm like, I don't even know what I'm making. Other than just like some weird scythe thing that has Bluetooth connection and a face. Wait. I just thought of a really stupid idea. Such a stupidly weird idea, because now it's a face. But yeah, sometimes you just won't know. I don't know. And I can't say if it's a good or a bad thing, because I don't have a clue. So, take that as you will. God, this is such a weird art piece, and I love it. And then just... and just add a lock to it. Not just any normal lock, actually. Wait, why am I doing that when I can just... There we go. I'm going to specifically, add, this type of lock. Normally, I'd be in school, but I got constipated due to heavy snow and wind. Yeah, it's weird. It's like, one second they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna have heavy snow here. The next they're like, oh no, we're not gonna have any snow, but it's snowing when they say that. It's like, they've said so many, like, conflicting things, and then radar says, like, earlier today it says we're in the middle of the storm. But then last night it said, oh yeah, we're in a, quiet package. Freaking just pouring rain. And it's just like, radar, what the fuck is wrong with you today? And recently, like, I don't know what is with radar all of a sudden. Like, it's just really weird. And I have no fucking clue. I have a really dumb idea, too. Do, 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 do. Like, this is so weirdly dumb, but beautiful at the same time. And I love it. God, how does Lampet look? Lampet. I'm making sure I get this right. Its arms curl a lot, too. There we go. And I'll fix this arm over here. This is such a weird art piece, and I love it. God, it's so great. Oh wait, it was D&D. Play one game and it does. Oh yeah, that sounds about right. You can have some of the dumbest, craziest ideas in D&D, and it'll work. Because sometimes you just roll really well, or it, like, roll a cool DM type. Though it's a shame Wizards of the Coast has been the way it has recently, because they've really fucked up the community for D&D to an extent where it's just money to them. And the people who did care have gotten, like, so many people get laid off and stuff. It's just like, they're going to lose what few fans they had from the beginning, but also, like, there's other TTRPGs people can play, like Pathfinder and shit. Plus, last time D&D tried to do something like this, it didn't end well. Like, historically, it never ended well. Like, if you look at it, like, and it's just gonna get worse for them. And that's on them. Frickin' new CEO sucks. And I know I have a more biased view because I've played D&D for years and stuff, and I finally get to, like, do stuff now. Like, I've been a fan, I've watched and played a bit of D&D way before this person, like, became a thing, and it's like, it just hurts to kind of see it happen again. Like, with the OGL shit, and it's like, with the new person, they just never looked. I don't believe that they ever looked into the past to D&D. They can't have. Otherwise, they would know what happened last time, and that it led to worse things for them. And it's only gonna get worse from here. It's like, well, now there's internet stuff, but in all reality, when they first tried the OGL shit, they lost so much. I'm gonna sneak in the dragon's den and steal a sword that can make dragons not attack. Honestly, I am surprised your DM gave you something like that. Reminds me I still need to talk to one of the players because they did something I didn't know they could do, and I never okayed, and it really annoys me, and it's like, I need to do it, but I just haven't gotten there yet because I've been busy, boy, with life and streams, because I want to build up an actual community here, and I want to, like, do more with this in the future, but it takes a lot of hard work, and that's one of the hardest things sometimes, is just hard work and determination. I know that I personally enjoy a lot of this type of stuff, and I stream on the days that I actually have, like, free time and shit. Like, thankfully I don't have, like, the reason I did art today is because I don't have much of a schedule today for once. Like, and for all I know, the storm could just get worse all of a sudden and I just lose power. That is my type of luck. And honestly, if it does happen, that's where I'm just gonna be like, God fucking damn it, I give up. Because it's just one of those types of things where you're just like, I'm done with this storm. But it doesn't always have to be that way. There's some days where I just am like, God, I want to freaking just give up. But if you give up, things don't always work the way you want, and even then they don't always work the way you want. But giving up, just not really in the cards for me. I don't, like, there are days where I just feel like giving up, but I just don't. And it's with different things, too, like, I'm just like, God, this frickin' like, it's just stressor after stressor, and you just get so drained that you're like, That was basically last Minecraft stream, with the frickin' gas and shit, and all the death. I was just like, damn, already an hour in. That idea was a couple weeks ago. Nice, but yeah, already an hour in. Doesn't feel like it. Like, there's some times where you just don't know what to do or think, and you just are stressed beyond belief. But there's always a way. There's always something new that comes through, and something that can change your day, and it's one of those types of things where you just gotta sometimes hope. And boy, does hope do wonders. Sometimes, at least. I don't even know what the fuck I'm making anymore, because, like, I've tried to keep it all connected, but I don't think everything is going to stay connected. But I got an idea for a corner I want to do. And it's specifically just... I need this zigzag line. I'm gonna curl it off here. And then I'm gonna do this. And try and keep like, I'm trying to make this look cool and nice, and I think that's one of the hardest parts. Like, especially when you know, like, different musical notations. It's always the hardest. Because all of this started from a dot, too, and it's like... It's kind of crazy to think about. Here's something that's confusing. You put blankets on your burning hot take, it off your freezing cold. Yeah. That's one of the things that's always annoying about blankets. It just depends what type of blankets you have, too. Like, there's so many weird things in life. And it's like, sometimes you just need to complain about it, too, to people. Not because you actually hate something, etc., but just because you need to. Because it just gets stuff off your chest. And I think that's one of the most important things to remember about that type of stuff. Is sometimes you just need that. And sometimes other people need that. And it's such an interesting thing, too, to hear what, like, makes people annoyed sometimes, and, like, they've been struggling with. Because sometimes you might even have, like, something to help them, but it doesn't always mean you should mention it. Like, there's so many different, like, possibilities and things. It's really cool. Don't ask why I'm making a thumb, I don't even know. Me over here just trying to make this look nice, but also like, I don't even frickin' know what I made. This is so weird. It's some weird whale thumb. Sometimes you never know what you want to play, and sometimes you just don't have an idea what you want to play, and sometimes you just might just want to relax and watch something. That's just how it be some days. Like, there's times where I will put on a stream and I'll just draw. The fact that I know a melody that goes along with this and stuff, and that actually looks cool, like this actually looks cool now, but like the fact that I know like melodies that go along with this type of stuff just because I can think of them off the top of my head, because sometimes in music you just need to go off whatever you got if you don't remember something, and it can lead to some really interesting changes to music. But it's fun. I think that's one of the coolest things about music. 3 games are Yu-Gi-Oh!, Duel Links, Digimon Master Summoner, War Chronicles. I couldn't say Chronicles for a second there. I mean, it really just depends. Like, I know everyone has their own taste, but sometimes you might even need to play a different game because you're so used to the other games. Like, it just depends. I know that personally for me, I don't know what the fuck I'm making, but sometimes I just need to play a different game or like draw. Sometimes that's all you really need. Don't ask what I'm doing, I don't even know. Because I'm drawing something, alright. But it's weird. And then just... It's the boy! It's the Whittle Turtle Boy! Hee the turtle! And I gotta give him his little mushroom. The turtle and his mushroom. Like, sometimes you just get weird thoughts like this, where you're just like, I don't know what, like, if we're going by actual, like, what it's gonna look like, this is what it looks like from, like, the right direction up, and it looks so weird. Battery saver? Oh yeah, I forgot to plug them on. Digimon Master Summoner World Chronicles got today. Ah. Sometimes you just gotta flip a coin, I guess. It's my best advice for you. Flip a coin. You might be surprised what you find. I don't know what's up with this mouse, but it looks cool, I guess. now it looks like a frog. Like a weird frog tadpole. You know, this looks kind of like a Pokemon. The mouse frog Pokemon. I gotta give it little legs now. Now it's cute. It looks like a Digimon. Honestly, fair. I've seen some weird shit in both games series, so who knows. I think one of the hardest things to avoid on Twitch is DMCA when it comes to like certain streams, because even now there are some games that actually have DMCA-able music in them, and I really hate that. Otherwise, I'd probably put some of their music on, but because there's some ones I really like, but just depends. But lo-fi is nice. My boy. Let us see what he is creating with his beautiful artistic talent. I just had a crazy idea. Just do that, and then it leads to frickin' oh god! There's a... oh my god, it's Pac-Man! I don't even know what this is supposed to be now. They called most ancient Digimon. Oh, American meant they. Interesting. I don't remember that one. I think of some weird shit, but sometimes I just don't remember. But sometimes you won't always remember. And that's okay. I don't even know how I'm gonna do that. Yee. Because there's no, like, specific look for this either, so I don't... You know what? It's a black hole in the middle, just sucking all this in. I got some crazy thoughts going through my head. Gundramon. I'm looking up this. So if I'm a bit quiet... You know, it could be more American, and that is if it was dressed up in red, white, and blue. And in a school. Too real. Like, I've been in those, like, weirdly fucked up situations, but it's always one of those things of, like, yeah, I kind of just expect it to be a joke or a thing now. whenever it comes to America, it's always gun related. It feels like when it's a joke. Either that or, well, something related to insert stereotype. Because, yeah, why wouldn't it? But that is just how things go. Yeah, it's a weird looking Digimon, though. Like, that is for sure. Okay. It's the frickin' I don't even know. I don't even know what this is supposed to be. It just looks so weird. You know, sometimes you just, if you really want to see a weird look at Rare Mom. God, that's so weird to say Rare Mom. I mean, that's such a, like, on the nose, like, name that it actually just feels weird. Okay. Just feels so on the nose. I don't even know what some of this is supposed to be, but it looks cool. And then just... I don't know why, but I like the thought of this being like a weird floaty robot thing. There are some pretty, like, interesting mons that you might think are Digimon when you look at them if you don't know Digimon. Like, in Pokemon, there are definitely some of those. I think that's one of the craziest things, is there are some of those in both game series. You just need to know which are which. Like, I'm quite sure most people when see... I decided what game I'm going to play. Nice. Because I'm quite sure when most people see, like, Necrozma, their first thought is, that's a Pokemon. Are you sure? It's not a Digimon. Because Necrozma is very, like, interesting. It's very much one of those mon that just looks very Digimon-esque to some people, even though it's not. Like, there are definitely some of those types of mon, and I know that those are, like, just in there sometimes, but still interesting to think about. I don't know what the head's gonna be, but I'm just gonna do this, I guess. And then... do something like this. Now it's looking more like a Digimon. Unintentionally. Now I just gotta add a chainsaw! Perfect! Then it's a Digimon. Sorry. I don't even know what this is supposed to be. But I know that, like, when it comes to Digimon and Pokemon, they have some very, like, they have some of those designs that you just don't know until you, like, learn about them. It looks kind of like a happy face. Honestly, I think this looks good just if I add, like, something like this. But it looks more like a face then. I think like this it looks better. This is the stuff that I'm just like building off of and it's crazy. Lampent used Shadow Ball. Then just go through here. Just Shadow Ball. Nah. Too easy. You know what? Just gonna... Lampent now has a catching mitt. The Lampent with the catching mitt. Trying to catch the ball. That's thrown from a cannon. That is attached and you'll see this in a sec. To a can of beans. What have I created? What have I created? These are the types of things that I think about sometimes. But it's also yelling at what am I gonna make? Oh, I got an idea. At a let me get this going. At a giraffe with a mustache. It's yelling at a giraffe with a mustache. And a tie that is unraveled around its neck. Because it didn't tie it. Because it has hoofs. And its back legs are spikes. And its tail curls like a monkey. What have I created? And it also has a cup of tea. In its hoof. What? What is this monstrosity? This looks so weird. This is such a weird fucking image right here. I'm sorry, but this is... I need to fix the tail. I need it to have a better tail. I'm just gonna give it a normal giraffe tail. Because I think we've had... Actually, no, I'm not gonna give it a normal giraffe tail. Because its tail is that of a newt's. What have I created? What? I looked away and this is what I see. Yeah, this is the weird shit that goes through my mind of weird ideas. Because sometimes that's all you need to ask yourself is, what weird idea can come up? So with this, it's gonna be charging a beam of energy to shoot at a wall that's actually a paper being held up. No, it's not a paper. It's a magical barrier being held up by a crystal, which is held by a person with a very, very, very large wizard's hat. This is great. See, sometimes you just gotta have fun with it. And their shirt is untucked. And feet together. And they have an eye patch. I need to put little twinkles around this so it's magical. This is getting great. See, this is sometimes what you gotta do, is just draw whatever random shit pops in your head. And this is staring onto some prey, which is a tiny little fish that's actually a lure from a giant Pac-Man fish. It's the Pac-Fish. Oh, this is great. Wait, no, it doesn't. It shouldn't have teeth. I have a better idea. It's a Pac-Fish. And it's also about to eat one of its special power-ups. Nah, not gonna look like that. It's gonna be a diamond with a circle around it. What is this chaos? It's beautiful. This is art. It's beautiful. Under this magic shield, I'm gonna put the ground, because all of this is happening in a pond. actually is in another dimension. Nah. It's still funny, though. This is so fucking weird. Oh boy, what else has my little boy created? Oh god, they blew up a planet. But how'd they blow up the planet? Well, you see, they created the Death Star! But not just that. They created a giant X-Wing compared to it. Or it's just a really close X-Wing. That's up for interpretation. And it's specifically not a normal X-Wing. It's from the Diamonds, and it's owned by Emerald. It's Lars of the Stars, basically. What if I created... This is such a beautiful piece already. And this little robot is now becoming more like a Genesect. Because now it has a fucking cannon on its back. And it doesn't have a back, it's just on its head. But it has a cannon now. And the bold and brash man, yes, he decided to invest in a giant plant pot for himself to grow in. With his fancy monocle, he was able to procure himself a fancy pot that apparently is fragile, as they call it. Because if you know the reference, you know the reference. This is so weird and cursed at the same time, and I love it. And I've, of course, got to add some of that potting soil. Yeah, this is weird. But he's also being watered from a watering can. That is being magically held up by a tiny little mouse that has no relation to that one weird figure with the giant boots. Definitely not. He also has a tiny slice of cheese. He also has a little slice of cheese with him. And it's Swiss. But oh no! Here comes the giant gaping teeth of a shark! With a very straight fin that actually is a shark eel! By God! It's so horrifying! What the hell is going on now? What's going on? I don't even know. But Bold and Brash now has its second eyeball because of its growth. It also has a little... You know what? It also has a tiny little, just spot. I don't know. Oh no, it has a runny nose. I don't know. That doesn't work. This is so weird. But wait, there's more. Remember Dr. Pepto with the dagger? Well, he's actually slashing it, and it already has done its damage. To a poor, innocent, and now dead tape. One of those Scotch tape containers that is now broken and battered, as it has been destroyed in such a dark way. It's bloody. It's bloody dead. A pool of its own freaking tape juices now covers around it and drips off the knife. This is like Mudathrium. And this drip falls into a glass that slowly fills up with its fluid. Because it's also being drank from a straw by a really long snout of, oh my god, it's Birdo! Jesus Christ, Birdo, what have you done? But wait, it's not just a normal Birdo. It's the ghost of Birdo, because Birdo's dead, oh god! This is like some sort of, like, drug trip of a dream drawn out. The funny thing is when you actually, like, oh my god. When you actually, like, look at this, it just looks so much weirder. Like, and I'm nervous about fully, like, getting out of it. But the ghostly essence of Birdo, it curls around and down into Boo, who's attached to Birdo. And he's happy about it. Because he's an angry Boo. With a knife! Oh god, he has a knife! This is such a weird image. Like, in full, this image is so, like, you can't tell everything that's going on, but it's so fucking weird. Oh boy. Remember that turtle and his mushroom? Well, now, he's standing on something. A diving board. With a ladder. Yes, he climbed it. But oh no, wait. This isn't just any normal diving board. There's a tower next to it. With an antenna that actually is a remote control that detects mimics. This is a normal chest, it seems. But oh wait, the one next to it is a mimic. And it wants us dead. Oh god. This is so fucking weird and I love it. And it has a long tongue. So it's being detected. I'm just gonna... This is so chaotic and I love it. But wait. What's that aiming for the mimic? Oh my gosh. It's a laser gun. And who's it being held by? None other than your good old pal. me just draw it so you can see it first. It's being held by your good old pal. And I need to get this, like, fully intact. Big Chungus. What have I created? I don't even know what I'm doing with my life anymore other than creating whatever the fuck this is. But wait. There's more. Because out of his back is growing a carrot. A very large carrot with a bushy, I don't know. And it has nice leaves. But wait, what is eating at the leaves with its creepy gums and teeth? Why? This is actually one of the weirdest things I have created in my life. And I hope you know this. Because it's actually... This is all part of the gums and teeth, I guess. I don't know. This is so freaking gross, and I love it. It's actually part of, I don't even know what the fuck this is gonna be yet. You know what? It is part of the queen from Alien. I don't remember how to do her head. There we go. I remembered. This is so weird. It's just the alien from Alien, but, I mean, the queen looks exactly like them. Like, but the crazy thing is she has a long, long neck that ends up being attached to the belly of a star, which actually is one of the eyes of, let me just get this, Kirby. Who's extremely happy. Jesus Christ, what is this monstrosity? This is horrifying. I love it. But what copy ability does Kirby have? Now that's the real question. Well, you see, it's the copy ability that truly wins us all. It's the wind ability. Get it? It wins us all. Ah ha ha ha, I know. And it's creating a tornado-y vortex. That's sucking in a rocket ship. That's trying its best to escape. But wait, it's no ordinary rocket ship. It has a giant Pikmin on it. That's screaming. This is so freaking weird. I love this. I don't know what's crazier, the fact that that side, like, that you can look at this and see so many stories going on, or the fact that I even thought of this shit. But wait, something's up with the shell. Oh my god. It turns out the spikes are on the top. 2 of them were actually explorers. And one of them was a temple that is now risen from the ground. And it is not your average ordinary temple. It's a temple that has holes. But wait, what's happening inside the temple? It's creating a light. Oh god, it's blinding. This is so weird. It's creating a lighthouse effect. And what is it called in? It's called in the freaking Titanic! I don't remember how to draw the Titanic. Fuck. It's called in a tiny fishing boat. This is cute. A little tiny fishing boat. But wait, what's that behind the fishing boat? Something with large teeth and a terrifying maw. It's horrifying. Oh god, oh no. It's a Sergal! It's not your average everyday Sergal, though. It's made of cheese. Swiss cheese. What am I doing? And it's being held on a pedestal. But wait, what's that on the pedestal with it? But a tiny little ant. With a knife! Oh wait, no, that's not a knife. It's an axe! Oh god, he's gonna axe the Sergal! Bro, I just found a stream game called Date with Death. Honestly, I think this is more of a date with death than anything else, with how many things are gonna get eaten. But wait. Something has a laser pointing at the ant, coming from a rifle. A very thin rifle, which I am it's not just an average everyday rifle, it's a water rifle. It's a water gun. With a laser on it! I know this doesn't look like a water gun, but I don't know if I can draw a gun on stream and get away with it. And it's being held by someone. Or something. It's a giant water bottle! My god! Honestly, Date with Death does sound like a fun game. It depends what death, because if we're talking about the Puss in Boots death, on the other hand, like, I mean, it's not a bad idea. Just saying. I mean, he seems like he'd be a fun... This isn't your average everyday water bottle, though. It's actually an alien water bottle with a beak. And an arm, of course. I don't even know what the fuck I'm creating. but it's actually bleeding, and it's holding its wound with its other hand. Because it was stabbed with a sword. If you got a Discord, I can send an image of it. Yeah, !, Discord. I've always had a Discord. Like, there should be an image channel in there, if I remember correctly, where you can send images. Let me check. Music, pet, self-promotion, food, art, I can add an images thing if you give me a moment. I'll continue this art piece in just a sec. Just need to load up Discord on my laptop real quick. Do. While it's loading, I'll continue the art piece, but... Where would I put the image? Just give me a second, I'll get the, thing, because I thought I had an images channel, but I don't for some reason. But the sword was being thrown by... What's this? My god. It's... Mr. Krabs! And one of his hands is oddly thick. I don't know what I have created. Discord! Yay, thank you for loading. Doo-doo. I'll just put it in social, create channel, new channel text. Random image, random images. And I will move it under art. There we go. Okay. It should be under art. If it's not there, just give it a mo. As I add Mr. Krabs with a scowl. I don't even know what the fuck this has become. Like, this is the weird shit I think of. Also, I'm gonna put this in art when I am done with it. Like, I may not do it all on stream, but if I ever finish this, I might actually put it in the art channel, I don't know. Jesus Christ. It's a face! Image of the game page is on. Ah. Yeah, I'll probably, like, specify the channel eventually. I just need to, like, eventually do it. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. There we go. And then I'm gonna do little circles here. There we go. So a little happy face. Yeah, this is a very weird thing. I need to connect these two up somehow. And I don't know how. Like, I don't even have a clue. I'm gonna draw a d4. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. But wait, what's below the d4? It's a d6. Did I need to remember which... So which side of the 3 am I gonna make? You know what? I'm gonna do this side. Yeah, I have so many random things. That I just, like, have in my brain. Don't ask what this is supposed to be, because even I don't know. Sometimes you never need to know what it is, and other times you do. But no matter what, I don't got an answer. But I got an idea that pops into my brain. And that's all that matters. This looks really weird. Very weird. The crazy part is I need to connect this all in some way, and I'm probably gonna use like squiggles and shit. But they could create some cool stuff. Just little bits of things. Then just... Boop. 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 This looks really weird, and I love it. I'm gonna do that, because I'm gonna do... And then... I'm gonna... do this. And it's all pouring from a giant... like... who knows what. But it's still cool. And then I'll just kind of like make this wing. Okay. Yeah, like sometimes you just don't know what to talk about. Other times you can come up with some of the craziest ideas to talk about. And I don't even know what I'm creating anymore. So I'm just here like, you know what? This light... shining a weird thing into the sky. But wait, who is that? It's... Patrick Man! And he's not looking too good. Oh God, are you okay, Patrick Man? Oh God, he's sad! And he's oddly cookie cutter shaped. I don't even know what I'm doing with this. Like, I just know it's weird. Okay. Doop doop doop. gosh, this is... I don't even know. This is such a weird image that you can look at from so many different angles, and you'll always see something new. Well, might as well add a bit to here. What's Boo going after with the knife? It's a stick with a leaf. But wait. Something's up with this stick and leaf. It's actually a face with a long nose and head that is attached. No, it can't be. I don't have a name for it. It's an origami thing. It's like an origami swan that's been weirdly screwed up. That's what we'll call it, the weird screwed up origami swan. I don't know what I'm creating anymore, but it's cool. What else am I gonna put in here? You know what? Snow cone. That's boxing. An ice cream cone. That lost a tooth and has a black eye. And one of its hands has fallen off. I don't even know what this is anymore. I'm confused. The fact that I was able to turn this into like a multi-hour stream says something about the random shit that goes in my head. Like, it's kind of weird. And you know what? I'm gonna give this guy the Helicorprion jaw-esque thing. It's got a saw jaw. Honestly, there's some really cool creatures out there. Helicorprion is an example of a really cool thing that honestly is kind of terrifying at the same time. Weird, fucked up Helicorprion. You know, out of each of the in-betweens of the teeth, it's sending up little circles. That have become little flowers. Yay! Flowers! Little, special flowers. Three, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's kind of crazy thinking about some stuff because I'm kind of been thinking about it more. Like with MatPat retiring out of the, spotlight, like, and stuff, and then you got the other stuff with other YouTubers doing the same or moving to things that they rather do. It's kind of crazy to think, but it's either going to negatively or positively affect the YouTube site. And that's what's a terrifying thing, is we don't fully know. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, even to think about. Because when you look at it now, you get all these things where now you got people who have been doing this for how long? And they're finally just like, yeah, we're done. And they're not going to be there as often and stuff, or not even at all, and it's, or going to be doing different things that they want to do, and it's like, dang. And I get it. I get why. A lot of them have families and shit now, and it's crazy to think about. Like, you never really think about it till more recently. When, like in the last year or so, a lot of creators have just started doing their own thing. And honestly, as long as they're happy and or less stressed, I'm okay with that, because everyone deserves to be able to not stress constantly. And I think that's an important thing for everyone to have. But it's also crazy how much work they've put into this stuff too. I mean, how many childhoods were they a part of? I mean, it's crazy. It's just weird to think that, like, I remember, like, when YouTube started, I remember all of that fancy stuff. Like, just in general. I never cared about being popular. I never really did. I knew people who did care about it a lot more than me. Some of which were better than others, in terms of how they treated others. But it's just crazy now to look back and just see all that stuff and kind of think to myself, dang, where's the time gone? Like, especially now, you get these moments where you look at people and things and places. Like, Build the Earth in Minecraft has, like, places that no longer exist in it. Like, destroyed because of war, etc. And it really just makes you think to yourself, damn. It's been such a long time that that type of stuff is just becoming more and more normal. And it's crazy because you don't expect it either. Like, you don't expect it to be like this huge thing, but it is, and it's crazy. Because you don't think about it a lot. And like, some of these people, I remember when they first started out, I remember those, and it's like, some of the people who've even went out, it's just like, I remember when they started, I remember when they were doing this or that. It's like, it's crazy to think about when you look at it in that type of way of like, I remember so much of this, and I don't know what's going to happen next, but it's interesting to think about. Like, where are we gonna go from here type thing. And I know that, like, there's gonna be the next generation of creators. That's just a given. Like, there's always gonna be creators. Some good, some bad. That's just life. There's always gonna be good people and bad people. The same goes for creators. And losing a section of creators just due to time and stuff, it's like, I know a lot of people may not remember it, but like TFC, or Tinfoil Chef, if anyone watches Hermitcraft. I mean, gosh, it's been over a year since he passed, and it's crazy because he was like one of the truest of hermits. Like, he was a literal hermit in his own regards in a lot of ways. I actually watched some of his videos too. Like, I would actually like watch them here and there whenever he would like upload. And it's kind of crazy to think about it now, especially. Like, it's interesting because you lose a lot of people to all sorts of things. And it's crazy. And I think one of the things that has always been interesting to me is like how many creators are going to vanish over time. Like, that's just part of time itself, but because of the rise of AI, it's gonna take a lot of that out of creators too. And it's terrifying because some creators are just gonna last forever, and it won't be them anymore after a point, if it was even a person in the first place. And I think that's a terrifying thought, because like actual real people as creators is a lot harder to find than like when it comes to that then. And it's, if that becomes a norm, people might stop watching actual people and more people just aren't as interested. Which is a whole nother issue and thing, but it's something to kind of think about. Because you got all these things, all these people, all these items, all these games, etc. There's always a streamer for someone. You just gotta find it. And it may not be today, it may not be tomorrow. Hell, it may not even be me. It may be some random person. But there's always those streamers that you're gonna form a better connection with, because not just because the games they play, but because of who they are. And I think that's one of the things that AI takes out of it, is it takes out that kind of connection that you can have, like that actual personal connection. While streamers aren't affected as much yet, it's only a matter of time. And that leads to a whole nother thing. And it's crazy. But sometimes that's just how it is crazy. And I know not everyone gets to see art made nowadays with AI on the rise, and it's like, it's sad seeing so many artists lose jobs, etc. because of it. Because I know the struggle. I just wish things were a bit better for artists. They deserve more recognition than they get. And it's funny when people are like, oh, why don't artists make it anywhere near as nice as stuff so quick? It's like, it's because back then artists were paid a lot more. Like, literally. Like, they were given, like, housing and food and everything else. And to make those beautiful things. And it's just crazy to think about. Because that's what happened. I mean, history is its own funny and interesting thing at times. Like, the reason the Library of Alexandria burned down and stuff, all because of an accident, because they wanted to get rid of Egyptian ships and stuff. Like, there's so many funny things about some of that stuff, because it's just like, one mistake, another mistake, here we go again, and it's just, huh. People of history were just as idiotic as we are today. Because history is a very interesting thing that not everyone talks about. And I know why. Some people don't like history because it shows that people are able to do horrible things, but that's part of life, and that's part of history. Then that won't be changed anytime soon. Doesn't mean we can't strive to be better. Try to be the change that at least makes some good in history. Because that's always possible. But I think it's interesting. Because I know there's people that, like, deny this or deny that, despite evidence of things. Like, I've seen it so often in some cases that it's just kind of crazy to me. Like, I find it crazy that the reason they took photos and stuff during, like, certain historical events is so people would always believe them, yet now you get those same historical events and people are like, that can't be real. It's like, if only. There's always people who don't want to admit parts of history exists for one reason or another, and it's kind of crazy. Honestly, I like to think that they're just aliens who don't have any clue about anything and just are trying to learn human shit and, like, the limits of humans and their, like, own shit and how much we can withstand. I like to think of it like that because then it makes me want to slap someone less. There's a specific someone in my personal life that's just, I don't get it. Just stop with the conspiracies, please. Like, that's how I feel. And it's like, it's the one thing I hate in certain family stuff is the conspiracy one. There's always that one. And it's always annoying. Thankfully, I don't have to see them that often, so that's a plus. But, like, there's some that are just like, okay, I can see the, like, connection you made, but Jesus. Some of them are just like, I don't even know where they got the idea. I'm gonna just and then I'm just gonna boom. I don't even know what I'm creating, but it's interesting. And it's going through things. And boom. Whatever this is, I don't know. Could be cool. Might just be boring. Who knows? And boop. Give it a little eyes. And a smile. Like, all this started from one singular dot. And I don't even know. Wait, what's the beans doing? By God, it has a tail. In that tail, what is it holding? I don't know. It's a tail. I just need to frickin' draw it. You know what? Fuck it. Forget the tail. I'll still give it a tail, but I'm just gonna make it like dinosaur tail. Cute dino tail. Now it has, 2 little ears, little cat ears, and whiskers. Oh no, it became a cat girl! Or a cat boy. And it has a second arm. What? It's holding up a flag! Is it surrendering? No. It has stripes. Wait, this isn't your normal flag, it's a checkered flag. It's doing it for a race. Don't ask, I don't even know. What if I created? I can't look at this seriously anymore. Like, this giraffe is one of my favorite of the random things, because it just has a little mustache and everything. By God, it has stick legs. With door stopper for feet. With a door stoppers for feet. And it has shin guards. I'm just gonna connect the legs with, this. What else do I want to give Kirby? You know what? Kirby on stilts. But one of the stilts is broken. And is that pouring out a river? God, that sounds so much like an actual, like, thing you would find in a religious text. And as they broke their arm, the rivers flowed, and the mind's eye opened. Like, this is the type of stuff you would expect to hear from other shit. It's so weird. I don't even know anymore. Like, this is such a weird thing. At least I connected it. Just gonna sharpen that out. Oh no. Just the arm of a hurricane on a map. That looks kind of like a Beyblade. And the arm of the hurricane has a finger gun. And its finger opened up and, oh my gosh, it has flowers. Aw, how nice, it's giving flowers to us. This is such a weird image. And the map is being held up by a flagpole. That's been stuck in the ground of a golfing hole with a golf ball in it that actually is on a hill. I don't know what I've created. It's weird. Like, this image is just overall, type motifs. Like, I don't even know how to react to it. All I know is it's cool looking, I guess. But the ground is actually a creature. It has an eye and a face. And a little blemish. And it's angry! Because someone put a hole in it. And it's got... By God. Its hand is an arrow! Both of its hands are arrows. I don't know. I'm just as confused as anyone else might be. Yeah, I'm so confused where we are at this. What is this? Oh yeah. I'm gonna make the Pac-Man ghost now. To show that it's gonna get the power, just... And it lost its eye. Wow. I accidentally pressed the reverse thing, so... Yeah, I don't know what I've created. I just know that it's a thing. In a place. In a time. Up here in the this corner, I'm just gonna do like a classic sun. And I'm gonna give it some sunglasses too. And it's gonna be shining some rays off of it. It's shining its rays off of it. And then these rays, give birth to stingrays. At least some of them do. Don't ask. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Like 4 of them are stingrays. Make it 5. Just some weird things. This is all being held back by a barrier. A very wavy barrier, I guess. That's being all held up into this one singular ball. That actually is a crystal ball. On a table with a cloth on it, and it's pulsing with magic. And this table with a cloth is on the back, well, more like on top of a stack of flapjacks that's on a plate that's on a giant sea turtle. It's a weird sea turtle, but it's a sea turtle nonetheless. Like, it's a very thick sea turtle. And it has tiny fins and a head. And a nice little tail. I don't even know what I've created. And on its back it has cloud designs. And on its belly it's just crosses. Just X's. It's like a plaid pattern. And it's happy. Because on its head, it's got its little mushroom. But it's a special mushroom. Because this mushroom... Why have I not just... has goggles on. And a snorkel. So the mushroom can survive. Just do like little bubbles. This is so weird, but I love it so much. And it's being chased by one of the wolves from Norse mythology, I guess. I don't know what this is supposed to look like. Let me I need to pull up a picture of it if I'm gonna do it, but honestly, I don't know if I want it to fall. You know what? It's being chased by the moon. With a monocle. And a top hat. And it looks very perturbed. I don't even know what I've created. This is so weird. It could be because of overtiredness or something else, but whatever it is, it's weird. And I don't mind. Looking at this, like, as a whole, I'm gonna save as, because I haven't saved this whole time. Save pictures. Scrolls, wallpapers, etc. And... I guess I will... What should I save it as? Weird thoughts and stuff. Yeah, I just called it that. I don't have enough care to call it anything else. There we go. my gosh. I'm trying to pull the stream back up on my phone because I frickin' left for just a moment so I could frickin' do that. Oh my god. To draw next. Let's look at the wizard with the giant hat. Where'd the Pac-Man eye go again? You know, with how much the eye frickin' goes, I'm giving it an eye patch. There. Now it has an eye patch. Such a weird thing. For this corner, I think I might do, like, some sort of creature crawling its way out. Just clawing its way out. This really long, weird creature. And it has, like, weird hands that goes down into a long neck. And its head is a giant pair of lips. And it has 2 eyes. It looks oddly cute and terrifying at the same time. And on its neck, it has spikes. I don't know, I may be creating this stuff, but even I don't got a clue what I'm making. Because I'm just as confused. Oh my god. What is this monstrosity? Like, I'm looking at this from afar, here and there, and I don't know anymore. I'm putting something in every corner. I think in this corner, it's gonna be like a, just a receipt. I don't know. It's a receipt that just keeps going and going and going. And I'll just, like, keep the thing, like, no one knows how long it is, but it's going. But actually, it's more than just a receipt. It's actually a snake. A weird snake. And there's a, like, gem here or something. See, this is what artists sometimes do. Create weird shit for the sake of it. Then just make it shiny. Ching, ding, ching. And that shine is creating a hologram of, oh my god. It's a Gnoblin with a giant nose. Bet you thought it was something else, like Yoda or something. And it has tiny arms. And it has like a hunchback. But wait, what's that coming out of its nose? My lord, it's some weird spirit thing. It looks happy though. Honestly, I think my brain is just broken. Creating some weird amalgam here. I don't know. But it has squares in it, and triangles, and circles, and the giant square hole. That looks more like a rectangle because of, well, positioning. And then I'll just, from the back of that water bottle thing, it'll just come out as like these, and I'll just like, vroom, 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 vroom. Because it actually, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, because it's has 9 tails. Well, this kind of looks like it would have like a thing connected to it that has like a controller. So I'm gonna add a controller to it. It's a weird controller, but it's a controller nonetheless. My brain is like fried, I think. I think I have fried my brain so much within almost 3 hours that I'm just putting whatever random shit that just like pops in my brain that I think might be funny or weird. Like, I'm gonna put a frickin' block of TNT. We'll just see how this goes. T, N, T, N, T. Just... And oh no, it's on fire! It's gonna blow! I guess I could put a star constellation here. If you can figure out which star constellation it is, I'll give you a prize. And that prize is a... Congrats, you figured it out. I don't think it's exact, but... But behind this star constellation, I'm just gonna put bigger stars. Well, they're more like diamonds, but I don't care. They're stars in my eyes right now. Just like how chat's a star in my eyes. There we go. This is cute. I love how we have like a little vanillite that's just created who knows what. Wait. Oh my gosh. They're blasting the Death Star with their death ray. I don't even know what I've created. It's just weird. Yeah, this is really weird. I'm gonna make a fishing pole. That is one long reel. Oops. You think I would know, you know, someone who fishes and stuff. Uh-oh, I hear the wind picking up again. Well, rip. And then I will do this. This. And I will give it a nice little, cute hook thing. Fun fact, I've had a hook stuck in my finger before, and I will say it hurts like the dickens. But also the amount of frickin', like, stuff you need to do to make sure it, like, doesn't infect stuff. Oh my god, it sucks. Thankfully it hadn't gone in the waters, yet that day, but even then, never can be too safe. I also almost got shot with an arrow once. That was a fun time. Bounced off a wall and almost hit me square in the chest and head. And/or head. Like, it's one of those moments that I remember only because it freaking horrified me, and yeah, I still love archery. I really do, but yeah, I can't do it inside like inside-ish area that has like a wall or anything, because there are like those inside archery ranges and stuff. I can't do it inside one of those without being like, nope, because I don't trust people or myself like that, because I'd rather do it outside, where if it misses, it's going to hit the grass. It's not going to just boing because it hits a metal wall or something. Because that is always horrifying to think about. Like, I've done my fair share of mistakes in archery, and I've seen some mistakes, but I ain't making the same mistakes again of almost getting hit without issue. Your little feet. In a face. I don't know why, I just like giving things faces. Oh my gosh. The ice cream cone. It's got hair. Very curly. Spirally hair. Or, wait, no, that isn't a hair. That isn't hair. It's... oh my gosh, it's a mini chandelure that has a hat. And long arms. I've created some weird-ass shit today. Okay. Sometimes you just gotta make weird shit. I will say, though, if you've never done it, or never taken the time to, do something like this. Just draw let your hand just go crazy and draw whatever the fuck it wants to. Like, don't think, just let yourself draw lines. You can come out with some really interesting looking objects and things. Like, you could even do it without picking up your pen or pencil and just close your eyes. Like, I'll do that right now, like, and just let it create something. And sometimes it will create something beautiful. Other times it will create something like this. But from something like this, you can also just, as soon as you open up your eyes, you can make it a little more interesting. Sheerly by adding small things. And look, now it's an abstract butterfly. Sometimes you just gotta think weird. And that's all you need. Is just an abstract mind. Art can be anything. As long as you let it be. Sometimes even just looking at things and letting it go. Letting your hand guide you. It can create some very interesting looking things that you may not
fully understand. But then, when you add the extra details, you may start to see the fuller picture. And it might just be weird. But it doesn't have to be beautiful or interesting all the time. All art is beautiful in its own way. Just need to know how to do it. And how to just manipulate the art to your way of thinking and your brain. Like, let me make a flower without picking up my hands. Give it all of its petals, all of its looks, with the leaves included, and then after I can just add bits and pieces here and there, and then I can just, each time I make a line, it just goes downwards and downwards. Creating like this nice beautiful look. And it creates something more unique. Like the fact that this is now looking like it's in a bathtub. Because yeah, it is in a bathtub. It's a bathtub with wheels. It has 4 wheels on each side. It's an 8-wheeler. But sometimes that's all you need. Just a bit of creativity. I think what's funny is I can actually draw pretty well with my left hand as well. Like, I love to try different things with how I do my art every time. You got straight lines, you got wiggly lines. So sometimes all you gotta do is straight line, wiggly line, other weird type of line, put it on each other, and then all you do is add a bit of things. And lo and behold, just gotta add a bit. And oh wow, you got a violin. A very crude one, as it's more abstract in style, but then you just add the outer lines of it, if you so desire. That are a bit thicker in color. And it adds just a tiny bit. And then like you could just you know what's crazy about being ambidextrous? Most of you guys wouldn't even notice it. Because most of this time I've been switching back and forth between my hands. The issue is I only have a glove for my right hand because finding a left-handed glove is a lot harder than you would think. Yeah, I have an art glove. Like, when I rub it against the thing, you don't see it moving, but when I use my fingers, on the other hand. But being able to use both hands really does help. Because let's say one arm gets tired. Well, next arm. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use this chance to teach you guys something. So, a lot of people draw this when they want a human head. And I get why. Human head looks more circular. Makes sense. But, as my art teacher once showed me, if you want a human head, you should actually draw a cube and then put the circle. Because the human head has faces to it. You got the front face with the nose, the eyes. The circle just caps off the head. Then you can chisel the chin more, the face, the whole body of the face. It allows you to chisel it better. And then, with what's left of the cube, you can start the base of the neck. And the circle allows you to finish the top of the head, which can be any matter of thing or look, like this pompadour, for example. And then, like, this can all kind of culminate into a nicer looking figure. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Like for this chest area, put 2 of these, make the triangle type shape, almost like a cartoony heart. And then for where the shoulders are gonna be, kinda just outwards bits. A little overcompensation in a way to remember where the shoulder blades would be. And then for the arms, you can use like ovals. Like, you can do all sorts of things with simple shapes. It's insane. But like, when making a chest, I always try to go from the neck, or like the base line, and then just like this. Then, like where this is here, you can then take it off into the base arm. That will kind of go here. And the hands, you can finish off with more of a square and a triangle shape, with a triangle here that you can also just do as a square if you so desire to make the arm. Just basics of squares, triangles, cylinders, for example, with this lower part, and then remembering that this is kind of where the hips are. This kind of hip shape is basically an upside down triangle, or pyramid, for example, that you basically attach 2 cylinders to that make up the legs. And one's a thicker one, and the next one is a thinner one, but it still creates a very convincing leg. Like, pretend this is a hoof, for example. You can easily just add a more rectangular prism, make it a boot or a foot, by adding an extra triangle, like pyramid, onto it. And then just, you can go from there. But let's say you want the toes to kind of go out a bit. Well, you can easily just make it another type of rectangular prism and just add a little bit to it. It's all about simple shapes. And I think that's something that you don't need a robot or anything to do this for you. You can learn it pretty easily And it's not easy all the time. Like, if you look, the head is way too big for the body. This is one of those situations where you would want to take, like, some notes on it and just be like, okay, I'm gonna shrink the head a bit. But you don't want to shrink it too much where it won't fit right. Like, it needs to be the right shape, the right size, so something like this would fit more better than something like original because it fits the more look of it. The eyes, the nose, the mouth, the chin, the chiseled jaw if you so choose. And it's like, because look at this, I've only done half of him. The other half I could totally just, if I wanted, I could make him an alien. Give him tentacles for limbs that, like, have stripes on them or something, like a worm. That he, like, has full things and stuff. Like, you could do all sorts of stuff. Or, like, here, I do this, and it's like a robotic type arm. And, like, you just gotta be creative with how you do stuff. And then, like, attached to it is, like, a dagger or a sword type thing. It's all about being creative and thinking about stuff that you may not normally think about. Because the human body can easily just be split like this. The head. You got the head here. Got the torso. Got the arms. Got the legs. And then you got the, well, hips and lower half. But then you got the shoulders. You got the knees. The elbows. The neck. The midsection. You got all these different parts, but all of it can easily just be put together like one thing when you actually think about it. It's all separated, but it's all the same at the same time. It's like building something. And it's all about being smart about how you do it. Like with joints here. Sometimes you just, like, for example, because of how his arm is, the elbow would go about here. If I put my, like, sometimes just put your arm down. The thumb always goes first, but the elbow usually slacks behind, too. So it could actually just be behind, too. But because of how his hand is, the elbow would more likely be here. Cool little thing that not everyone thinks about. But, yeah. With that, and the fact that we're over 3 hours, I think I am going to end the stream. I am going to save this first. I do hope the music's not too loud, and that it's not, like, going over me too much, but I probably should have lowered it more. No one really said anything, so I can't say for sure. But yeah. Let me just, get us back to just one-on-one, no Clip Studio. So, how are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well, and I hope you have wonderful days. It's always good to remember that type of stuff. Remember that you're all loved, you're all cared about, and you're all amazing. It's nice just being able to hang out. Get to see the background I created too a bit, I guess. Not that I mind, but it's nice when we get to hang out and chill together. But I do hope you guys have a great Wednesday. I will be seeing you tomorrow, unless things happen. If something happens, I'll try to get and I lose, like, power or the ability to access internet, I will have someone reach out through announcements on Discord or something similar. Otherwise, I do hope you all have wonderful days. You all deserve it. And I'll be seeing you later. See you guys.